How does the fault?
We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today.
Change has come to America.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show. Turn up your mind.
There has never been a man or a woman, not me, not Bill, nobody, more qualified than Hillary Clinton to serve as President of the United States of America.
He's right. I wasn't ready. Now, the president's endorsement was echoed by the vice president, the former president, the TV president, senators, governors, athletes, preachers, the working poor, the self-made billionaire, Republicans, and, oh, just for good measure, half the fucking Pentagon standing on stage saying, vote for Hillary if you want to live. That is how good you have to be if you're a woman running for president. And she still might lose to this, the least qualified candidate ever to lurch into the public spotlight and shit on Gold Star moms while cradling Putin's sweaty sack. Let's hope Hillary doesn't get lipstick on her teeth between now and November, or it's all over.
Thank you, Samantha Bee. Beautiful. Yeah, she could lose. First, may I say, I'm not enjoying the Olympiad. Is it me? Is it me? It is me. I love it. Dressage he loved. You know what I mean? It's like he was into the dressage. I said, really? That's what he's into the qualifying things. He's into, anything at all that's, beach volleyball. I'm a New Yorker. You're from New Jersey. When is the last time you participated in and or observed beach volleyball being played anywhere in your life? Yeah. So, he's loving it and I'm not. And I got to say, my favorite part of the Olympiad is usually the Parade of Nations. You know what I mean? I love that. But Mr. Tonga, did you see him? Now, what did you think? As a gay man, must say that was, wow. I've never seen so much oils. There were many oils. There were probably, nutritious oils, not so nutritious oils, scented oils. There was probably edible oils. There was probably cannabis oil. He had every oil ever. He probably had WD-40, everything. It's just like, wow. He's like, let me just put on all the oils that the world, palm oil, and the trees where they were all carrying little plants. We're all moving into an office. Didn't seem Olympiad. It didn't seem like an Olympiad. It seemed like, we're all coming, moving into the office, bringing, the little orchid. I didn't understand. And they, I don't know what's wrong with, what's her name? Hoda? Did she really make a Djibouti joke? Really? Hoda? Hey, it's Djibouti. You know what I mean? It was just, I don't know. I didn't get. And then, of course, you had all the commentary about each and every nation's horrible, experiences lately. It was like, there's Belgium. Terror. They had terror. Oh, look, it's France. Ooh, a lot of terror lately. Turkey, coup. They had a coup. It's like Brazil. Oh, well, the president of Brazil, their first female president, isn't allowed to attend the Olympiad. So she wrote a letter or something saying, I wish I were there. Can't be there. I don't know. And then we had the only thing that anybody was like really happy about for the first time in America was happy about refugees. We had a refugee team. And everybody was like, yes, look how do they do it? How do they do it? Why, they only get like one little morsel of peanut butter every day, and look how fit they are. It was very weird. It was just, and I always wait for Papua New Guinea because it's the poorest nation on earth, and they usually have one person. But Tonga took wow, that was my moment there. I was like, ooh, I'll drink to him. So, and then I started drunk tweeting with a mental case. Did you see that? Did you see the mental case?
I did, yes.
He was freaking frightening, okay? That man was frightening. Now, he originally tweeted something about me being a fake Jew and, all in caps, right? Did you see that? And I had promised that I was going to drunk tweet on the Friday night, watching the Parade of Nations because it's a ritual. It's a ritual in my house. So I found some guy and I went, okay, it's on. Let's do this, and I tweeted it out, showed everybody who we were going to, fight with. Because, he called me fake Jew. I think that's provocation is what I think it is. So I said something, I got my eye on you. I'm all over you like white on rice is what I am, baby. And then mental case. I mean, I don't even know what the hell. Did you understand any of it?
Well, he saw you on Periscope on Friday.
Oh, he did?
Just turned him
great.
upside down.
So, with all of this, these platforms that we have now, okay, I was very proud of us. Because we created monster platforms. We created a TuneIn, a YouTube, a chat room. I'm not in there today. I'll be in there later. I still can't figure out how to do it by myself. I have to have Captain Leary, put it up on the screen. So I'll drop you a note. But we have that. We have the app, the Progressive Voices app. We got all these things. And now we've just added, we have Facebook Live streaming. And that wasn't enough video. Now we're periscoping on Twitter, right? So we have all these platforms, and apparently what it's doing is allowing the shut-ins to touch themselves all freaking day. Because I'm kind of hot for a grandma. It's a granny cam I got going here. Yes, Greta Van Susteren or me. Those are your choices. Who would you rather look at all day? No offense, Greta. But how you work there, we never could figure. But all right, so that was that. And I just said, okay, I get it. It's not fair. There's something wrong with him. Let's just leave him alone. But it's scary, isn't it? It's really scary when people are so crazy. And some guy observed, he was in it with me on my Twitter feed. And he observed also that this guy had sent 41,000 tweets to no one, all in caps. And to tell you the truth, I was scared. It's like inviting this crap into your house. Do you know what I mean? It's like, who the hell needs it? I remember when the only thing I had to fear was fear itself. And then, the U.S. mail where you would get the odd, I'm going to come and kill your family letter. And you call the FBI and they go, what do you do for a living? I'm a talk show host. Oh, please call someone who cares. Like that. And then the odd anthrax scare, which, we always made Tim Walker open the mail. Poor Tim. But he's now attending Georgetown University. See, I raised them right. But back in the day when he was just a snot nose wanting to be, never was yet, he is now. I said, I'm going to raise you right. You're going to open my anthrax encrusted mail is what you're going to do. And he actually went and got a mask and opened my mail during the anthrax crap. But yeah, it is scary. It's scary out there. So I think from now on, I'll just tweet every once in a blue moon. No, I'll tweet, but you retweet it for me because I don't really want to have anything to do with the people out there who would like to have something to do with me. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, right? So while we need to improve there's we're almost to 32,000 people now on Twitter. We started in the 20s, so now we're at 32,000, which is great. And you need to keep doing that. You need to keep following me, but don't feel obligated to, write me. Don't feel the obligation. But I am on there. So anyway, we watched the Olympiad, and then I discovered this new aperitif. I don't even know what to call this thing. Apparently, the ne'er-do-well millennials, they know all about this, and this might explain why all they've given us is Twitter, is Facebook, and the expression resting bitch face. This might be the reason. It's called Fireball. Have you ever? Do you know what it is? Okay, it tastes like Red Hots. Do you know like the candy? Oh, and tasty. It's vitamin to vegemin. It's tasty too. It's loaded with alcohol. It tastes like candy, just like candy. Tastes like a cross between Dentine and Red Hots, but it's whiskey. I found that out the hard way. And let me tell you something, it's loaded with sugar, and I don't do sugar. I do agreeable carbs. Like I could do a sweet potato, but not a white potato. I could do sweet potato fries, which are sweeping the nation, I say thanks to me, because I ordered them everywhere I ever went, and they never had them, and now they have them everywhere. And I am the foodie when it comes to who has the best ones. Sweet potato fries. Anyway, so I don't do carbs. I don't do any white sugar. at all, ever. It's how I don't age. People always say, how come you don't age? I go, well, I do, but this is how. No sugar. Sugar is poison. So I just don't do the white stuff. I don't do flour. I don't do, but this thing must have been loaded with sugars, or else how could it taste that good? And I drank, I don't know. The first one was like I pounded it, and I was like, oh, that's so good. The second one I sipped because I realized, wow, that was really strong. I got a hell of it was as if I drank a 6-pack of beer. That's how buzzy I got off of the one. So I said, I'll just sip the second one. I sipped the second one, and then after that, I'm like, what's one more? You know what time I went to sleep? 5:30 in the morning. I could not sleep. Howard checked out, about 1 o'clock in the morning. He goes, I love you. I do. I just can't. I can't stay up any. So I went downstairs and watched porn till 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, that's what I did. But by porn, I mean I just DVR'd, Mr. Tonga, and I just watched him walk back and forth for like 4 hours, because at that point, that's all you need. So that's that. Okay, so today Trump, he tried to give a speech today on his economic prowess, on his economic plans. Now, of course, he has no prowess, because every billionaire that you would know, that I would know, has spoken out about Donald Trump. Everyone from the Bloomberg to the Mark Cuban. Okay? The Warren Buffett has had an opinion, and none of them agree that he's a good businessman. None of them. They've run the gamut from he's a con man to leadership is not yelling, screaming, or intimidating, or he's reckless and uninformed. That was Meglis Whitman. Meglis Whitman, the Silicon Valley executive, she said Trump's reckless and uninformed positions on critical issues from immigration to our economy and foreign policy have made it abundantly clear that he lacks both the policy depth and sound judgment required as president. Trump's unsteady hand, the little tiny unsteady hand, would endanger our prosperity, threaten our national security. His authoritarian character could threaten much more. Now, Warren Buffett, third richest man in the world, CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, he says, I don't know any other businessman that brags about his bankruptcies. To tell you the truth, why not? It's his claim to fame. Going bankrupt. So, you just don't have a lot of business prowess-y people, prowessy people saying that he has the prowess. You just don't find it. You don't hear it. You don't encounter it. You just don't. Not. So today he tried to give an economic speech, and he began with the low unemployment rate of 4.9%. Now he characterized it as higher. He characterized it as 5%. Fine. Okay, you could round up. It's fine with me. But he said it was a hoax. He also says climate change is a hoax. He says that the economy would improve if we just started using coal again. He said the economy would improve if we just deregulated Wall Street again. He said the economy would improve if we put a 45. He didn't quantify it this time, but I've heard his numbers. He said that he wants to put a tax on imports. Now, today he left it blank how much. And his number has been different each time. Like today, he didn't give a number. Previously, he had said he wants to tax anything coming in from China at 45%. He's also said 35%. So, somewhere in there. He also believes that everybody should have lower taxes. Everybody. Wages are too high. Yeah. And he was interrupted 14 times. I would call that a very successful speech for Donald Trump. Only because he didn't, he did insult Hillary, but he didn't say the MF word. He didn't say S. he didn't say, any curse words. So that's a successful day for Donald Trump. Now, I was listening very carefully to see if he would guide me through the details. If he would finally because this was his big economic policy speech, they built it as. They said policy. That he had policy advisors who apparently are all named Steve. I don't know why. They're all named Steve. There's not a woman in the bunch. And the Steves, got together, and the Steves are the ones that wrote this, because you could tell, he didn't understand what he was saying, which meant he was reading someone else's work. Okay, so that happened. And then I was like, well, how are you going to pay for all these tax cuts that you want to give, especially to the top 1% who get the lion's share of the booty? Booty. It's the Olympiad. So here was his answer.
We will be offering more detail on all of these policies, and the ones we've already rolled out can be viewed on my campaign website.
Damn it, you just wasted my whole morning. I could have had a blowout. It's just like, really? I sat around for that? I should go to your freaking website is what I should do. It was disgusting. But then Hillary on the Twitters. See, these are people, I do at Hillary Clinton and at Donald Trump. The thing I wanted you to retweet, you did a nice job. You could do it again. But you did a really nice job. It was like almost 200 retweets of the Hillary in the green dress. It was great. That, laughing. And I wanted it retweeted to at the real Donald Trump's, and with what I wrote, which was, we're laughing at you, because I think that will really, get under his skin. And that's what I intend to do from now on for the next 92 days. I'm so excited. But Hillary turned around instantly and on the Twitters put up an ad.
This analysis that Moody's has out saying Donald Trump's economic policies would cause the economy to be significantly weaker, cause a lengthy recession, have 3.5 million fewer jobs.
Wages too high. We're not going to be able to compete against the world.
I am the king of debt. I do love debt. I love debt. I love playing with it. I would borrow knowing that if the economy crashed, you could make a deal.
Brought in foreign workers instead of hiring Americans, and your companies manufacture clothing in China and Mexico.
We will do my tax plan, and it will be great. We will have a dynamic economy again.
They talk about like I'm giving a tax increase for the wealthy. I'm not. They're still going to be paying less than they pay now.
The biggest beneficiaries are the 0.1% when it comes to raw dollars that will be saved.
Your proposed tax cut would add $10 trillion to the nation's debt.
I love the Pink Panther music. It's like creepy Pink Panther music. Ooh, Donald Trump's crazy. Oh.
To the nation's debt.
$10 trillion to the nation's debt. Music. It's like creepy Pink Panther. Why do I hear me? Oh, you're playing me back to me. That was really Netherland. That was very, 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 very Trumpian. That was like being in his universe for a moment. Do you think that's what he hears in his head? Me. That's what makes him nuts. Okay. But no, so, he said on infrastructure, I don't think he said anything about it in the speech today, but previously he has said, well, he didn't bring it up like how he would create jobs. He just left it alone. All he did was tell Detroit, which has 700,000 people left in it because you can't, you just can't live there anymore. Can't move to Flint either. Can't drink the water. So that made me think of the infrastructure question, and he didn't really talk about it. Didn't bring it up, didn't say anything, except that he has said his infrastructure will be great. It'll be world class, big league infrastructure. I guess we'll build it out of coal. We can't burn it anymore. We just can't. Nobody can breathe. The whole world's got freaking black lung and cancer, really? Let's burn some more coal. How about let's open some radon factories?
Clear for takeoff.
Randi Rhodes Air Force. Air Force. RandiRhodes.com.